What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni, and welcome to the top 5 best robots in War Robots May 2021, the most recent video episode with amazing and extensive gameplay to all those 7 robots. 7, you might ask? Yeah, in a top 5, why not? Because there is a test server robot that I can't officially add because it's not yet in the game, but it will be, and it's going to be incredibly powerful, so it has to be in the list. And then there is different playstyles that I have to be respecting too, right? So that's why. So sit down, lean back, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy the show. Yeah, but first, behold, Dragon Champions, today's sponsor, and an awesome mobile fantasy RPG in lovely 60 frames per second graphics that reminds me a lot of World of Warcraft, for example. The battles are straightforward. You can either let the AI take over and auto-fight for you, or you do all the moves yourself, which is sometimes even necessary in the harder stages, like I'm doing here, placing that healing manually just at the right time. Dragon Champions offers a large variety of heroes from different races and rarity levels. Additionally, the game is constantly evolving through content updates, new heroes, loot, levels, and all this in a free-to-play game that allows you to complete all story levels and unlock every hero without forcing microtransactions onto you. Of course, they do exist, but aren't necessary to make progress, as the loot in the game is actually quite generous. There are also plenty of game modes to play in both PvP and PvE, story campaign, arena, tournaments, events, challenges, and the tower. My favorite so far was the fully voiced campaign. There's 4 of them in the game, each with their own storyline that overlap with each other and reveal the characters, their dialogues, and their personalities along the way. And the story is filled with so much humor and Easter eggs and funny references, it's really good. All in all, I gotta say I really enjoy diving into this game, and if you wanna give it a chance too and support my channel here at the same time, then download the game using my link down in the video description and pinned comment, and use the promo code MANNIGIFT like you see here on screen in all in capitals, just to secure yourself a huge welcome pack with the hero Hilda, a cute panda that defends your team using taunt and a strong shield. So yeah, don't wait any longer, get yourself Dragon Champions, ladies and gentlemen, now! So here we go with the number 6 on the list in a top 5, like what, why? Yeah, the reason is in the last minute I added a different robot to the list, and so I had this video footage recorded, and then I decided that if you are a type of lone wolf player, one that plays by himself a lot, like I do for example, the Scorpion might be one of your favorite robots. It is if it's one of the best, if not the best assassin type of robot to take out a robot, go in, get it, get out, right? And that's one thing that this robot can do massively well. But that doesn't reach into the top 5. So we're starting now with the top 5, the actual list, with a Blitz robot. Insanely fast, insane amounts of health, insane amount of firepower, and then the best thing, which is always key in War Robots, it has always been, speed. And then with a clever survivor or death survivor pilot skill, you have his ability twice with a 50% regen mark. And that really makes this robot so powerful that it can literally defeat anything you throw at it, okay? And it just really depends on you, your playstyle, and the setup you're running, whether or not you're gonna be successful. Flamethrowers are incredibly powerful right now. The Blaze on the Blitz, taking out shells, absolutely no problem. Even though the shell is a much more powerful robot in theory, but those flamethrowers really take him down. And you saw I was in the enemy spawn. I came in from behind, killed 3 guys, went back, hit this guy down, defended the beacon, and I'm still here with 70% health, right? That's a meta robot for you, ladies and gentlemen. And if you like this video, you have been asking for another top 5 robot video for a while. I did it for you here, so ladies and gents, if you do like it, leave a like down below, hit the like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, and leave a comment as well if you would. Here's another shell coming in. I'm gonna do my very best to stay alive, right, and kill. Do what I'm supposed to do, which is the best job I can, and the Blitz robot is not making this very difficult for you. You have these abilities, you have the speed, you have everything you need from a massively powerful meta machine, and therefore we can get anything done pretty much. And that's what makes a robot a meta bot, is that you can get any job done. Right? There are many robots that didn't make it into the list. A Fenrir, a Falcon for example, right? An Invader. Robots that are powerful, but they are just too situational, similar to the Typhon robot. Super powerful, massive firepower, but very situational. And as that's not what I'm looking for in a top 5 best robots in the game thing, right? In a ranking with the best robots, The robots can't be situational. They need to be doing a great job no matter what you put them up against. And that's the Blitz robot for you, okay? You cap beacons, you attack, you're an assassin, you're a tank, you're a brawler, you're a sniper if you want to be. And you can be all of that, or even all of that at the same time. And that's a meta robot. And of course, in terms of weapon setups, right now in the game as of May 2021, the sonic weapons are currently the most powerful thing you can run, pretty much. But also the blaze on the Blitz especially is incredibly powerful. It's something you should never underestimate. And also there is Spark is very useful and very powerful, very, very popular. Shredder is too. And also Quaker is still good. It still offers a lot of firepower. But this is kind of the setups I would go with. I wouldn't go with Pinata. I wouldn't go with Gust because they're running out of ammo too fast. And maybe Scout, or what's the light version of these weapons called? I think Scout or so. The new Explo bomb meter rocket launcher. That could be good as well, especially since the light version of those weapons seems to perform much better than the heavy version does in relation. But here, this guy has already jumped on me, I don't know, 3 times or so, and he still hasn't gotten me down, even though it is a strong assassin robot, but the Blitz is just stronger. And therefore, that is reflected in the ranking, and now, despite being hit by everyone on the map at the same time, I'm still kicking, right? So yeah, go with setups that have a lot of firepower for a long duration, instead of firing empty and that's it. Number 4 is the Demeter, and now it starts to get a little bit controversy here, okay? Because I know that some of you guys might score the Demeter robot higher in the ranking, not top 4. Some of you would score it at top 1 or top 2 maybe even. But that is the problem for me in this video, because there are different playstyles. There are people like me who are playing by themselves most of the time. And then, in this case, the Demeter is a strong robot, but since it doesn't really make use of the full supportive power in this case, oh, spit in the microphone here, it's not as strong as it could be, right? For me, personally, though. However, there's plenty of people out there who are playing squad play all the time, maybe even more than alone, or only even. And in that case, the Demeter becomes an absolute monster beast that really carries the match. And again, a meta robot is a robot that is not very situational and can be good here, but sucks there. A meta robot is a robot that's good no matter what you do with it. And the Demeter is one of those things. You can capture and reinforce beacons with a jump teleportation to an ally. You can jump after a Scorpion if you observe him or if you coordinate that in terms of team play, and you can together attack a certain robot. You can keep this guy here healed. He was almost destroyed, the shell in front of me. I brought him up, and now I'm gonna spawn raid with this guy. The entire enemy spawn. They're gonna be respawning, and we're gonna be keeping to killing whatever they bring, because the combination Shell and Demeter is insanely powerful, but also the combination Demeter and Demeter is powerful. It doesn't really matter as long as there's a Demeter around it, and that's why this thing has to be in this list. A definitive must be. The only question here is, would you personally score it at top 2 somewhere because of this insane significance of power, impact, and effect it has on the battlefield when you play it right and combine it right? Or is it fair to place it in spot 4 because although incredibly powerful, it's not going to allow you to keep up in terms of destructive power with many other robots coming in this list. So that's something that everybody has maybe to decide for himself. For me personally, it's the top 4 right now. But again, it is very situational. Now, let's go to number 3, the Shell. I don't think anybody's going to be surprised to see the Shell in this list. Some of you might be surprised not to see in a top 1 or top 2 slot. But there's a reason for it. The Shell can actually be killed really quickly when you utilize rocket launchers or flamethrowers. However, I'm going to show you a massive one-on-one against one of the most powerful one-on-one brawlers in the game, the Fenrir. He's running even a flamethrower and cryos, so he's bypassing the physical shields on my Shell. However, the cryos do not have a lot of firepower once they're empty, so if he had igniters instead of flamers, he would probably kill me. But I'm showing you this accelerated playstyle here of gameplay to show you that even against a maxed and one of the most powerful brawlers that exists in this game, I can still win and come out on top because this is a brawler. The frickin' Shell is a massive brawler, and unlike some other brawlers like the Fenrir or so, it's also fast with its ability. And that makes it able to place score a place in this top 5 list because it's not only tanky and massively resilient, it also has the insane amount of speed that it needs to be in a list of meta robots, because speed has always been key in this game. And the strength of the shell is not just one-on-one-ing. The strength of the shell is the fact that you can run in, block laser damage from a hawk, explode, kill 2 guys around you in front of you, kill guys in front of you with the weapons, and take the beacon at the same time, because nobody wants to sit on a beacon with a shell robot, right? So that really makes this thing a massively powerful beast. Speed, the survivability, firepower. It's very scary. You don't want to be next to this guy, so it can capture beacons, no problem. And this is exactly what you need in many game modes, and pretty much anywhere you can run this with great success, even in free-for-all if you want. So yeah, that was the number 3. Let's go to number 2, and I think this is where things get a little crazy for some of you. The Ravana is still... It's an older robot now, but it's still one of the best robots in the game. I'm not even joking. This thing is so powerful, it's absolutely outrageous. The amount of invincibilities with your Transcendence mode and Phase Shift, if you combine Phase Shift. I'm not even using Phase Shift here, I'm using Healing, but you could have double Phase Shift too. You will be invincible pretty much all the time. That means no robot can kill you, not even Titans can. If you want, you will escape anyone. If you want, you can kill anything with the Ravana. In a one-on-one, this thing is near indestructible. And that's true, that's not even a joke. A shell robot, a perfectly played Ravana versus a perfectly played shell. The shell doesn't stand the slightest chance against this thing. No way. Unless you have really the wrong weapon setup on it. Like, for example, maybe nucleons. No, atomizers. Atomizers do really badly against shells, for example. But if you have a weapon setup that can't deal with a shell, the shell doesn't stand the slightest chance. And if you have massive health, you have decent mobility and speed, especially with the abilities, you have insane firepower, health, everything is there, right? And then you have 3 Devastators that would kill me in 2 shots, but well, sorry, I'm a Ravana, I'm indestructible. And the only thing that can kill this thing relatively easily is a well-placed Typhon ability shot that deactivates all abilities here. But then again, a well-placed Typhon shot will pretty much counter anything, right? But the difficulty is getting that shot in before the Ravana transcends. Or before the enemy stealths or activates, whatever, right? And that's why also the Typhon isn't in the list. It's too situational again. A robot that's situational, only good at certain things like sniping or staying out of harm's way, is not gonna make it into this list. This list is filled with robots that are gonna be good no matter what you put them up against. And that is where the Ravana is absolutely godlike. Okay, and the amount of kills we've already gotten, the amount of damage we can still pull off, and the amount of health we still have despite having lost 90% health, it's all crazy on this thing. You have 3 passive slots. With Overdrive, this becomes a beast. With Quantum Radar, Cloaking Unit becomes even a beast. You can add drone things to it. It's just completely insane, and it has to be in this list. To me, clearly, this is a top 1 or top 2 robot, and I was even at first I was considering to place it in top 1 because there is really nothing you can't kill easily with a Ravana if you play the Ravana right. Except the enemies lag around the corner and you are down to 160 HP, then eventually you get killed. So getting to number 1, and by the way, there's another robot coming after this. Huh? Why? Yeah. So, the Orochi here, ladies and gentlemen, the absolutely unrivaled speed this thing has, even without Jump Unit. With Jump Unit, you literally fly through the map, or almost, you could almost call it teleporting how fast you are, but the insane speed you've got on this thing, and the amount of stealth abilities you have, the number of stealths is completely nuts. You have like 7 seconds of stealth, and you have it at least 4 times. At least 4. You can't be killed without having it at least 4 times unless you get Quantum Radar. Because remember, you start with 2 abilities, you get a 3rd one with the Clever Survivor skill, and in the meantime of using those 3, you will have definitely regenerated one of those abilities. So you have at least 4. At least 28 seconds of stealth with the firepower of 2 heavy weapons, plus the built-in Viper Strike, what it's called, that really deals a lot of damage with corrosion. I'm not even joking, there are situations where I kill robots. By the way, did you know you could walk up this ramp? Look at this guy. This guy's a boss with his Blitz robot. He's like, you think you're safe up there? Nah, let me show you something right here. Vrums, and he ascends the cliff. I thought that's a one-way cliff. I thought you could only get up there, not get down. Apparently this guy proved me wrong right there with the speed, the insane speed of the Blitz. yeah, so with the Viper Strike, the built-in rockets you fire at 350 meters range, you can do tremendous amounts of damage and even ignore resistance, and you don't need line of sight for it. I just got 2 kills at the same time, by the way. I would really recommended setup here in general right now. Not just for one type of robot. In general right now, flamethrowers are recommended. Spark, Scourge, Calamity are still okay, right, on pretty much anything, but flamethrowers and sonic weapons are the #1, and then you have Pulsar and Shredder taking over. Then you have Avalanche is pretty good on heavy weapons as well. Also the new, the exterminator, what's it called? The Incinerator, the Scald, and the other weapon is pretty strong. But overall, the best really would be flamethrowers at this point with or after sonic weapons. Living legend. So yeah, this is the Orochi, definitely earns its spot in the top 1 in my opinion. You may not have as much health, but you have the ridiculous amount of speed. Nothing can hide from you, nothing can get away from you, no matter what it is. And with the stealth, you can just obliterate people, no problem. So it's one of the best beacon cappers in the game, and killers, assassins, supporters, whatever you want to do it, it's just amazing at everything right now. And now let's show you the number 0. The Fafnir. It's a robot currently tested on the test server that is absolutely powerful. It will undoubtedly get its spot in the top 5. The question is, where will it score? Right now, with this weapon setup, it will probably score 1 or 2nd, because the firepower is so insane, but that's also because of the weapons. So realistically and fairly speaking, you have a robot here with 4 medium weapons, so pretty much maximum firepower. You have an unlimited duration on flight ability. You can fly as long as you want. Okay, but you lose some of your effects in the meantime, so it's nothing you want to do all the time, but still you can. You get an absorber shield when you start to fly. You have a built-in weapon when you are flying and the absorber shield is gone. And here's the thing, you have almost full resistant bypass on any weapon you equip to this thing. No matter what you fire with, you have near full resistance bypass. You can ignore the resistance on a Falcon, Fenrir, Mender, Blitz, whatever, okay? And that's just insane. And then you have resistance yourself at the same time, while being in a walking ground mode. It's a shape-shifting robot similar to Fenrir and Loki, but it's incredibly powerful with the firepower it provides, especially considering that you ignore the resistance of robots, and therefore you can fight titans as if you were a titan yourself. And then you have this built-in weapon with 350 meters range, those icy rockets that you shoot. You'll only see it for a certain second here in this clip. But yeah, so it's definitely powerful, and you can always shield yourself with this absorber shield you get for a few seconds after launching. I see the Typhon's trying to hit me with his ability and shield bypass, so I'll just phase shift right through. That's some things you can do if you recognize those dangers just in time. Where will it place? If you want to hear my estimate, right now it's hard to say because we haven't seen it Mark II. We need to see how people utilize it in the end. But right now I would place it somewhere, maybe number 3 or number 4 in terms of power in the top 5 ranking. But it kind of pushed the Scorpion further back, and also the Blitz, it would push it out of the top 5 if it would enter the game. But I think it deserves its spot here. It is insanely dominant, and it will be once it reaches the live server. So yeah, that's it. That's my top 5. You, ladies and gentlemen, you wished for it. You wanted it, right? You asked me to make this video. I did for you guys. So if you do like it in the end, then subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment, and we'll see each other in the next video episode. And also don't forget to tell me what you think about those robots. What is your opinion? How would you place things in this list, right? Would you make the same top 5 or 6 in this case? Would you do a change, put something else in? Because, I mean, remember, playstyle is a lot of difference here. If you're playing with squads a lot, then you'll have different requirements on your robots than I do. But I'll try to respect it as well, and I also included the Demeter for that very reason. So, yeah, tell me what you think. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Manni signing off. Bye-bye.